Good morning. It is Thursday, October 29th, 2019, and today we have a redesign for the aquatic series. We have a new background. We're keeping our notebook because I need it and I like it, but we'll be changing a lot of things about our old desktop to better reflect the content of this playlist series. So let's take a look. Here's a beautiful aquascape wallpaper that we've modified a little bit to be our background with a stunning Java fern as its centerpiece. And what does it look like when we're using web footage? Well, here it is. And yes, that's a very familiar face to some. We can't play you the audio, and we can only play you just 2 seconds of Pastor Lori interviewing Alice Cooper. So that's what it will look like when we jump out on the web. In that clip you saw, I just had a sticky note on the side underneath the clock, and I think I'm going to keep that because I need references, but it will most likely be off frame and you won't see it. All right, so I'm recording this part on Wednesday, and it is Water Change Wednesday. So what's our pre-change readings? The temperature is 70 degrees. The pH has crept up to 8.2. And the NH3 and NH4, which is ammonia, 1 part per million, NO2, 0.25 parts per million, NO3, which is nitrates, 1 part per million. Swap pictures and show the after water change test results. The pH went down 4/10 of a point to 7.8. NH3 plus 4 went down to 1 part per million. NO2 went down to 0.05 parts per million, fractional really. And nitrates, 0 parts per million. And so you can see that doing water changes does reduce your undesirable water chemistry, or in other words, it improves your water chemistry. Okay, so let's jump out on the web. You guys have heard me blather on about pretty colors and color changes and all that stuff. Let's go out on the web, and I want to start giving you tools for those of you who are actually interested in starting some kind of aquarium, and you're getting your feet wet and you don't know what you're doing. So I want to start giving you tools. The first tool I want to give you is just an article. This Keith Seifert, he has been on the web since 1994 with the alleged first tank guide. Props to you, Keith. Nobody's disputed your claim, as far as I can tell, not even Tom Barr. So we'll let you keep the prize. So this is sort of an introductory article, and he gives you a lot of links in here. You can see all these texts in bold. These are all links, and they're for various bits of information that you should have if you're going to really feel comfortable and even confident starting and troubleshooting your first tank and your first tank cycle. And even if you've done it once or twice, this is still valuable information, and we will have these links in the show notes. The next thing I want to show you is also from his site. So you're contemplating what size tank you want, and you're dreaming about conquering the world with a 55-gallon tank, and maybe you have the space for it, but do you have the structural support in your house to support a 55-gallon tank? Can your floor with all its existing furniture and whatnot, can your floor support it? So this is how you find out. Nope, I don't have them. I do have them. Okay, 20 a 20-gallon long, so 30 by 12. I can't keep all this stuff in my head, folks. Okay, and this we're gonna convert these inch measurements into volume of water. So calculate. And that tells us that your tank's volume is approximately 4,000 and some change cubic inches, or 18.7 gallons, which is approximately 70.9 liters. And then it goes on, Keith's site goes on to give you some pointers. But the real reason we want to know how much volume we have is because we want to calculate gallons to pounds. So we said that it was 18.7 gallons, and we're calculating to pounds. That's 156 pounds for a box of water. That's not your light, that's not your stand, that's not your substrate, your filter, your livestock, because yes, your livestock actually counts. Plants, none of that. That's just for a box of water, 156 pounds. If you live on the second floor and you're thinking about putting your aquarium on an interior wall, for example, that's not a structural wall, if you don't have a structural support beam running right next to or underneath that tank, you might not be able to support 156 pounds. Now, of course you can. 156 pounds is, a relatively fit woman. But if this were a 55 long, you definitely wouldn't be able to put a 55-gallon aquarium times the pounds weight times the stand and all that other stuff. You wouldn't be able to put that in your house. So something to think about. Calculating your volume and then calculating the pounds that your aquarium is going to take up. So each week until we're ready to add livestock to the nano tank, and we're confident that it's stable, we're going to give you some of these tools to play with so that you can answer some questions for yourself, because that's all I've got for you today. You can see that even though it looks a little wilty, it's not really. The lily shoots are perking up really good, and the cryptlutea or lucens or both are standing upright, and the uprooting upheaval that happened a week ago is now kind of fading into the background, with the exception we have stirred up the water column and it's unstable again. We're going to put our mind towards fixing that, probably with some more plants, but I have to think about what I want to put in there since this is a grow out primarily. So that's all we have for you this week. Kind of short and sweet, even though we covered a lot of information. If you like this kind of thing, please like, comment, and share. And you can always subscribe by clicking the logo at the lower right-hand corner. Thanks again so much. See you soon.